To those saying the Galaxy A35 has a glass back, no it doesn't. Let's start with the design. So compared to last year, Samsung has made some all-round general changes to the design and looks of the A series this year. Other than them looking so close to the S series and all of them looking almost the same, Samsung has introduced something called the Key Island, which is basically an extension of the sides of the phone where the buttons are. I honestly to this day do not know why this is there. It's probably just for aesthetic purposes, but then you can find it on all the Galaxy A series Samsung is releasing this year. This is the Galaxy A15, and you can see it also has the Key Island. Up front here, the display is pretty much the same as last year, a 6.6-inch Super AMOLED display with 120 Hz refresh rate. And now we have a hole punch notch instead of a water drop like on last year's A34, making it almost indistinguishable from the A55. The sides are made of plastic and the back is also made of plastic. Yep, the back is not glass, it's plastic. Check this out. Do you see any difference between these two phones? No, this is the Galaxy A15, this is the A35. Both have plastic backs that look like glass. So, Glastic, you're welcome. And now because plastic is more durable than glass, and also the Corning Gorilla Glass Victus protection on the display, you're getting it to be more durable than last year's A34. On top of all that, it's IP67 rated for dust and water resistance, just like last year's A34. The Galaxy A35 runs on One UI 6.1 slapped onto Android 14, and just as Samsung is promising, you get 4 years of Android updates, so up to Android 18 and One UI 10 if they keep calling it that, and on top of that, you get 5 years of security updates. This thing goes deep into the future. The one I have here has 6GB of RAM with 128GB of storage, but you can also get a version with 8GB of RAM and 256GB storage. At the camera department, there is a 50 megapixel main camera with optical image stabilization to stabilize your footages. On top, there is an 8 megapixel ultra wide and then a 5 megapixel macro for whoever uses macro. We'll have an in-depth review of the camera and battery on a later video. And then there's other regular things like the nano SIM slot, the NFC for contactless payments, and still no eSIM. Still no eSIM on the A30s, but we have good news because we now have our very first A model with eSIM. Obviously not this one, it's the Galaxy A55. And so maybe, just maybe, we might have eSIM on next year's A36. Hopefully. That'll be for now. I'm Waz, and you're welcome.